Hey guys, welcome to another answers video. Now in this video, I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions, and most of these questions are TWD related. Now, to start off, the Wildy Show asks, will McFarlane change back the scale of their figures? So, currently they're changing the figures to 7 inches tall, which to some people it sucks, to some people it's great. It's really an iffy thing right now. For me, I'm starting to feel like it's going to suck because McFarlane's talking about having joint cuts and stuff instead of articulation points that we would normally have. So they're going to be basically just slightly posable statues. If they end up like that, then I'm not buying a single one. In which case, I think many people will skip out, and the 7-inch line will fail, so they might go back to the 5-inch line, or they might just stop making the figures altogether. So, I certainly hope that doesn't happen. I hope they do continue making the figures, and if it's 7-inch figures or nothing, I would like to have the 7-inch figures, but I really hope they will switch back to 5-inch. And do I think they will? That really just depends on if the 7-inch line picks up and gets enough attention. So next question is, do you think Carol will go the same route as she did in the comics? So in the comics, spoiler alert for the comics, Carol died really early on back in like the prison. She did suicide, fed herself to zombies. She did this because she was so heartbroken and just sort of gave up on life. Now, Carol's getting weird and kind of suicidal seeming in the show now, so I guess this guy's wondering if it's starting to head towards that area. I'm not getting that feeling. I am getting a feeling like her character's getting degraded and that she might be losing her sanity. But I think with Negan coming up, if you're going to kill a character, the best way to kill a big character is to have Negan kill that person, right? Just having them killed by them killing themselves wouldn't really have much impact. It would just feel like cheap, especially since we have a new big bad. That's a perfect time to start out the killing. I don't want them to kill Carol, but if they're going to, she better go in a very warrior-like way. Next question is Morgan now a long-term survivor? Yeah, I think he's a long-term survivor. I hope he gets better. He does seem like he has improved. Once I checked over the previous episodes, he's not as bad as time goes on, so he might actually get improved as well as him staying longer. I think he might have a 2-season run left in him. I don't feel like he's going to last too long. Like, he's not going to make it to the end of the show long, but I think he will have a certain amount of time, a good amount of time on the show. Next question is, when will he die? Well, I think he's going to die in like season 8. Yeah, since we're on season 7 now. However, if he does die in season 7, that would make sense, and I hope personally, I think he should die in season 7 because season 6 seemed like the perfect season for him to die, so the sooner really the better. Not just because I don't like his character, but because it would be a bit more poetic, him being the guy who built the jail cell that will go for Negan, and then if he gets killed by Negan, and the jail cell's used for Negan, it would have a bit more, going for it. Okay, it's like when Jim dug all those holes in the first season. Yeah. Okay. Next question is by Nathan Please Kill Me. Very interesting YouTube name. Okay. Do you watch any TWD YouTubers, and which ones? Well, yes, I actually do, but I don't watch the ones that you probably have heard of too much or anything. Like Trev's Chan, I don't watch him. I've watched him a long time ago. I just can't really get into him anymore. When I was younger, it was easier to watch him. Now I watch CT Movies. He's a great guy. I've gotten to know that guy a bit. CT is it's a great channel. I would definitely recommend that one. And then for the toy action figure stuff, I watch Mr. Evil Cheese and Solid Dave Snake. Check them out. I actually won a contest by Solid Dave Snake at one point. You can check that out. And Mr. Evil Cheese, I made a custom for him, of a character of his design, I guess. And he commented and subscribed to me. So these guys are actually really cool. I would recommend these guys as well. And then some other channels that I watch that are TWD related. Let me think. My Weekly Meltdown, I just started watching that. She's a pretty good reviewer. She reviews the Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead episodes. She seems to have gotten into it recently, and She's pretty funny. Okay, and then Danny Grimes, I've watched some of his videos. He's doesn't have too much up yet, but so far he seems really interesting, so I hope he keeps that up. Okay. Okay, next question is from the Golden Banana. And he asks, will we see Clementine in the show? Lee and Clementine in the show. I don't think that Lee or Clementine will ever cross over into the show, just because they're a lot better at being just video game characters. It would be cool to see them in the show, but it would be kind of forced, and people would only know who they are if they've watched or played the video games. So yeah, I'm not getting the feeling like that'll ever happen. Let's see. Do you have a pet? Yes, I do. His name is Fuzzywig. He's a little cat, and I'll show him to you guys one time. He prays. He prays like to beg for food. He stands up on his hind legs and puts his hands in the air. And yeah, I'll show you guys a video of that at one point. Okay. Have you played Telltale Games The Walking Dead? I have played that game. I've played it at a friend's house. I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation for myself, so every game that I've played is at someone else's place or as a tutorial or demo at a store or something. So it's a pretty good game. I love that game a lot. And I didn't play it all the way through, but I have watched it on YouTube to see the full story. It's like watching a movie, really. It's really fun. Yeah, it's a great game. Okay. Next question is, what's your favorite season of The Walking Dead? I've got to say season 6 was really good, but it did have a lot of clunkers, whereas I think season 5 had, like, every episode was good. I'm going to have to say season 5 was probably the best. Even though season 6 had better singular episodes, like the mid-season startup, mid-season break, those were really good episodes. Although I think, season 5 just had consistently better episodes than season 6. So I'm going to say season 5 was the best season of The Walking Dead. Okay, next question is, do you think Daryl is a long-term survivor? Yeah, I think he's going to survive for the long haul. Norman Reedus is one of the biggest parts of The Walking Dead. He's one of the most iconic characters of the show. If they were to kill him off, it would actually damage the show. So I think they want him in it as long as they can. Maybe they'll, like, wound him in some ways, just, like, make him seem like he's not invincible. But really, I don't want to see him killed off because he is cool, and then I would have to put up with so many memes on Facebook, so many crybaby people and all, and then the people who want to make fun of anyone who feels bad about it. It would be a huge anarchy mess. So it's best if he just stays alive for now. I think he should be in the very last season of the show, even. Okay, last question is from Danny Grimes, the Danny Grimes. And he asks, how can they make Dwight an anti-hero in the show after he's already shot Daryl? So, yeah, I think the actor is not very good at portraying a guy who could be turned over to the good side, just because right now he seems so scumbaggy, so sleazy. Maybe that's what he's going for, and then he's trying to do a complete contrast later, but yeah, I just don't see him becoming an anti-hero even. Right now he's just like a scumbag dude. However, if they just switch it up and make his character nice all of a sudden, and he was faking and acting to be such a jerk, I could kind of understand that, and it would be kind of forced, but I would rather have that than just him being a scumbag the whole time, because Dwight in the comics is actually pretty darn cool, so I want him to be like Dwight in the comics. So if he picks up that entire storyline, I think he could become that anti-hero. Now, I don't think Dwight in the comics is so much an anti-hero, but I can see why you would think that. He did let a lot of bad stuff happen. So, those are all the questions. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to comment your question for the next week. And make sure to stick around for my review of the newest episode of The Walking Dead, or Fear the Walking Dead. I'm sure it won't be a great episode, and it won't be the best review. So, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys then. Peace.